What is outside sales? You've asked that question. I've got the answer for you, and this is the Inside BS Show. Hi, my name is Dave Lorenzo, and here's what we're going to cover on today's show. We've got 6 steps for you that not only describe outside sales, they also show you how to do outside sales the right way, the way that gets the best results. And then, if you stay with me all the way to the end, you're going to get a shortcut. I'm going to share with you an absolute shortcut, the fastest way to grow your business with outside sales. So, you're going to want to stay with me all the way through this episode. Let's dive right into the content. First and foremost, outside sales can best be described as the process that introduces your product or your service to new prospective clients. This is people going out, knocking on doors, people going out and trying to find new people to do business with, new people to talk to. In the old days, this was people going door to door selling stuff. It was people going from one office to the other, meeting people, introducing themselves, and trying to figure out how they could do business together. Today, outside sales is often paired with inside sales, and your outside sales and inside sales people work together through using systems to identify ideal suspects and work with them to connect and introduce your business, your product, and your service. And that's the second thing you need to understand about outside sales. You can't just go out and park your car in a neighborhood and start banging on doors anymore. You can't do it. It doesn't work. It's not effective. You can't just go from office to office anymore with security. You're not even going to be able to get in buildings without appointments. You're not going to be able to meet decision makers without setting the table for your discussion at the outset. So if you're an outside salesperson, you need to identify the ideal people to work with. This means you need to look at who your clients are, determine who the best clients are, and then look for people who are just like them. That's what I mean when I say identify ideal suspects. That's the second step in an outside sales process. The third step is to target those suspects, target those ideal people with a great message. So you've got to really focus in and figure out who your ideal suspects are, and then you've got to hit them with a message. Now, I'm not talking about doing damage to them. I'm talking about sharing a message in a forceful way that helps them understand that you're here to help them. You're here to make their life easier. You're here to make their work more effective and more impactful. So, the first thing you need to know about outside sales is that it's a process, and it's a process designed to introduce your company to new customers, to introduce your company to people who are prospective clients. The second thing you need to know is that you're identifying ideal suspects. The third thing you need to know is you're hitting the ideal suspects with a message. The fourth thing you should be doing if you're part of an outside sales team is converting those suspects into prospects. So when you meet someone and you introduce yourself to them, you're going to figure out whether or not they're interested in what you have to say, in how you work, and in the things you can do for them or for their business. This is called conversion, and you're converting suspects into prospects. Now, how do you do this? You can offer them a free report. You can offer them a system or a process. You can offer them an audio course or a video course to get them to demonstrate their interest. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to make an offer to you right now. I want you to take a free gift that I'm offering you. I have an entire system. If you're in outside sales, you're going to love this system. If you're in inside sales, this system will help you work with your outside sales partner to get more business in the door quickly. This system is called my Revenue Roadmap. You can get a copy of the step-by-step guide to this entire system, which will help put your client attraction on steroids. It'll help you crush your quota. Go to revenueroadmapguide.com, revenueroadmapguide.com. Enter your contact info. You'll be able to download my Revenue Roadmap Guide immediately. Answer the questions in that guide, and you can customize this sales process for yourself, for your company, and for your prospects. It's going to help you convert suspects into prospects and prospects into clients. I just made an offer to you, and that is step four. Step four, that's how you convert suspects into prospects. Now, step number 5 is you've got to qualify those prospects. You've got to make sure those prospects have a problem you can solve. You got to make sure they have the ability to make a decision. You've got to make sure they have the money that they can afford to work with you. And you got to make sure they have urgency. You got to make sure they're ready to do business right now. So those 4 things, those are the things you've got to identify. And that's how you determine whether a prospect is going to be a good client, a great client, or no client at all. Problem you can solve, the ability to make a decision. They have to have budgetary authority, so they have to be a decision maker. They have to have the money. They got to be financially well off. They have to be able to pay for your products or your services, and they have to have the urgency in order to do business with you. That's step 5, qualifying the prospects. Now, step number 6 is following up forever. Following up forever. Listen, people are not going to be ready to do business with you when you first meet them. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. That trust is developed through frequent communication. This means you've got to follow up over and over and over again. Following up forever is the key to converting prospects into clients. So I want you to focus on follow-up as an outside sales professional. You've got to keep a list of everybody you met initially, and then make sure that you're doing everything you can to convert those suspects into prospects. Once they're prospects, you're asking them questions that qualify them. Once you realize that they're qualified but they don't have the urgency, you're going to continue to communicate with them every week, over and over again, until they're ready to buy or until they pass away or they retire. That's what follow-up is all about. Now, I promised you that I was going to share a shortcut with you. This is the killer shortcut. This is the thing that you've been waiting for the entire video. Here it is. If you want to maximize your opportunities, you've got to take the entire process, the steps that I just outlined for you, you got to put them together in a system. I offered you my free gift of a system. I want you to leverage that system to make things happen. That's the shortcut. And I've got a great video that identifies how you can do that. Watch this video right now. It outlines the entire system for you. It's a great way for you to take your outside sales and put it on steroids. Watch that video right now.